Hello, welcome to an extra special edition of Blue Abroad Analytics Corner. I'm the Pom, and today we're focusing and showcasing someone I am super excited about. If you remember back in October, me and Terry, my big boy there, we were discussing players that we could take with real late picks. Now, one of the guys that I selected there in the 70s was a guy called Josh Honey. We ended up taking him in the rookie draft, and I was super excited about him. And I'm super excited today to talk about what we can see and what he may be able to bring to the system. Now, at the time he was down there, he was playing for the Western Jets. I told you that I'd seen him a few times. And one of the things that really did catch my eye, he was a forward and they'd been playing him in the midfield. Now, one thing that really did strike me when I first saw him, and what we're going to be looking forward to, is his clean hands. He's got exceptionally clean hands in traffic, in all weathers, and he really does look to make things happen. He's got energy. He works up both ends of the ground. He really likes to drop deep for the ball, and he's got really something that is super exciting for the club is his efficiency. He went at 75% with his kicks, which totaled out to be a 60% accuracy overall. A lot of handballs in traffic, he does go for high risk, high reward. And if there was a player that ever kind of suited this T game style, Josh Honey kind of is Carlton in a player, in the terms of what he looks to do is he looks to make things happen both ends of the ground. He looks for the aggressive kick. He looks to enter inside 50. He genuinely uses a more flatter kick inside 50 as well, which should play into the hands of players like Nicky Gibbons, Jack Martin when he's fit, and certainly Mr. Eddie Betts. He's got wonderful vision, and his delivery by foot is really a highlight. And now for Carlton, who are going at nearly 2 kicks per handball per game, which is one of the highest in the IFL, it's top 3 our 1.9 statistic, it is a huge asset to have someone that can do that. And just that predominantly, because he hits targets by foot. It is what he does. Now, for me, one of the great highlights for him is around stoppages. This guy is a beast. He's got a wonderful snap, wonderful vision, and he really does look to get his own ball. Not many forwards do that, and this is why they utilised him in the midfield. Combine that ability with stoppages with his 2.97 time at the 20-metre sprint and a very above-average agility test reading. It really brings in a player that can break away, can hurt from any kind of stoppage anywhere around the ground. And what I've done for a bit of fun is let's talk about this player and another player that came from the rookie draft that was touted to go between 30 and 70 and ended up going in the rookie draft that year. And on your screen now is 2 people that I am so excited about. On one side, we've got Tom Papley, and on the other, we've got our Josh Honey. Now, this is what TPI would have spat out for them there and then. So 2015, if we'd done this AFL draft pick, Tom Papley would have been one of my later pick selections. And I'll tell you how I kind of did it. Now, if you look disposal-wise, very similar backstory for both of them. Small forwards that were converted into midfielders due to their ability, their clean hands, and their ability to impact the game in stoppages. 16.1 disposals for both of them. Now, this is interesting. Honey is known for his aggression, his will to win the ball back. 4.6 tackles, Tom Papley 3.7 at this stage of his career. Marks 3.5 for Honey, 4.3 for Papley, and 0.9 goals for Honey, 2.2 goals for Papley. Now that is where Papley does trump him. He really does trump him there. He was an absolute goal magnet in his youth. Honey though got really good numbers for his goals. Just under 1 wasn't so bad. He did spend a lot of time though, like I say, back in the midfield, a lot more than Tom Papley did. And you can see that Papley ended up going pick 14 in the rookie draft that year, whereas Josh Honey went pick 3. Now, I want, when we look at this, to keep things in perspective, nothing says just because a player did that, they'll go and do it. A good player to look at is Nick Graham. He won the best player in the youth. He won the Moorish medal. Didn't go on to the glamour and fame of some of them players, such as Oliver and co. So it is really important that we keep that in perspective. However, these players are comparable in the way they play. If we were looking at a player that is a mid-sized forward, that goes deep to get the ball, that wins his own ball, that does great work around stoppages and likes to come deep to get the ball and then go inside forward, It is very comparable in that, and it's always worth looking at who is considered the best. And it's very important when we look at these as well, its development. We had this conversation last year quite a bit on Blue Abroad Show about people and their draft picks. Draft picks don't mean you'll be good. Draft picks are really, it's kind of like a rating system. Look at the draft picks as the rating system of where you are now versus what that team needs and how soon they need it. Now, Honey, for me, he could go on, and I've got no doubt he's got high footy IQ, could go on to have an impact in the right setup and the right team that Tom Papley has for him. Now, I'm not saying we don't go out and get Papley. What I'm saying is, though, this guy can bring you. So these next couple of games, I'd assume we'll get 2 or 3 games. We're going to see what Papley would do to our system. And for me, a high-risk, high-reward player with clean hands, very strong pressure, very strong tackle, and very good football IQ, combine that with excellent delivery by foot, could be really exciting. This is Josh Honey. This is our little version of Papley. I would say at the moment, Josh Honey is, we know I always talk about Audi versions of players. This guy's probably the $2 shop version of Tom Papley at the moment. But look where Papley went in 5 years. And that's what we've got to look. This is a long-term investment. I'm super excited about seeing this kid. I want you to get him around him. He's one of my favourite players. I will probably pop my cork when him and Martin play. But that's Josh Honey. What we're going to see from him, excitement. We're going to see X Factor. We're going to see clean hands. We're going to see good footy delivery. And more importantly, we're going to see someone that looks to work actively both ends of the ground. It's going to be a super, really good, exciting test for him this weekend. And I hope you all get around him. I've been Dan. That's Josh Honey, our own little blue Papley. Let me know what you think. Let me know how many goals you're going to kick in the comments. See you soon.